Hey guys, welcome back. And I am going to make a dessert today. And it's funny, I used to call it my 4-layered dessert. And I found this recipe again in a old church cookbook where they called it Ky Possum Pie. So I thought that was kind of funny. But it's one of my favorite desserts, so I wanted to go ahead and make it again. Right now I'm working on the crust, and it's made with a cup of flour, a stick of melted butter, and a cup of chopped pecans. I like to chop them pretty small. The crust doesn't get like a hard crust, like a pie crust or anything like that. And it's not a chewy crust either. With those little diced or chopped pecans, it almost gets a crispiness to the crust, and it's very good. But you just mix that together and press it into the bottom of your pans and bake it for 20 minutes at 350. And again, makes a great crust. You will have to let it cool off before you start adding your other layers. And I also wanted to talk to you guys about, do you watch TV anymore, or do you watch mostly YouTube videos? I've turned into a YouTube watcher. And I just wanted to share some of my favorite channels and ask if you had any good channels you watch to list them below in the comments, and I will check those out too. But I like a channel called Homesteading with the Zimmermans. You may have watched it, but basically it's a family, a large family. They used to be Mennonite and become Christians, and it's about how she still teaches her family, though, the ways of the Mennonites, farming and living off the land, things like that. Very interesting, lots of fun to watch. The kids are awesome. So if you haven't watched it, I would highly recommend that. And then I like All Recipes. I think she is a hoot, and you can get a lot of different recipes. Maybe it's just some quick meals, or she may do an episode on crock pot meals, things like that. So definitely a good one if you want recipes. And there is a channel called FrannieJo, and she does a lot of Southern cooking. She's one of my favorites too, because you can tell, I'm sure, by my accent. I'm from the South. I'm located in Kentucky. But that's a good channel. And then there is a channel by a woman. She's a Christian, and she has some faith-based content, but also just her family life and maybe some hauls and shopping and things like that. That's kind of fun. And okay, so back to this video though. That's now in the oven, and we're going to the next layer. And well, it's one of the other layers. And this one, you're going to need 3 cups of milk, and a small pack of instant chocolate pudding, and a small pack of instant vanilla pudding. I used sugar-free. You could use regular. And you're just going to make up a thick pudding. And then that needs to set aside and set up. So while I'm doing that, a few more channels that I like is Celebrating Appalachia, the Pressley Girls, and Blind Pig and the Acorn. Those 3 are the same family, basically. Celebrating Appalachia, of course, I enjoy it. Again, I'm from the South, so I can relate to a lot of it. And Tipper, that does Celebrating Appalachia, and her husband, Matt, they have twin daughters, Katie and Corey. And that's the Pressley Girls. So that one's fun. And then the Blind Pig and the Acorn is actually her brother. But also very good channels. Okay, and back to the recipe again. Now we're going to put in some powdered sugar, 1 cup. And I use sugar-free when I have it, or 0 sugar, I think is what it's called. But this is just regular. And then a softened 8-ounce cream cheese, and a half container of Cool Whip. And you're going to mix that in together till it's nice and creamy. All right, and then once the crust has cooled off, you'll start layering it now. And you're going to start with the layer of the cream cheese. And you'll just smooth it on both of those. And then we'll go in with the layer of the pudding. So while I'm doing that, just a few more channels. Of course, I sew and craft and quilt. So I love the channel Stitch Obsessed with Miriam. And it's mostly quilting, but some other crafts sometimes. And then Christine's Home Affairs. She does a lot of sewing. And of course, Ryan Hall, y'all. He made the top 10 list too because I don't have local channels where I'm at. And so I like to tune into that channel to monitor the weather, especially when we're in tornado season and things like that. All right, so that's my top 10. And if you guys have favorite channels, like I said, just drop them below. And finishing up this dessert, we're just going to spread out the pudding. And then we'll go to the next layer, which is our third layer. And that's going to be the rest of the Cool Whip packet. We'll smooth it over the top of the pudding. And then you don't have to, but I do add, I guess you would consider it a fifth layer. I'm not sure. I take a chocolate bar, and I have some of those tiny ones, the little Hershey Zeros, zero sugar. And I just grate it up and then sprinkle it over the top. Now, if you're good with a little planer or grater and you can just grate it right on top of the Cool Whip, that's great. I'm not that talented. It seems like mine always lands in a clump. So I just grate it off to the side and then sprinkle it on. And right here, this is another thing that I do, I forgot about. You can leave it with just the Cool Whip on top, or you can swirl it so you get that chocolate vanilla look to it. And you can do that with a case knife. That's the easiest. I tried a toothpick and that didn't work out very well. It's just too thick for the toothpick to do any good at all. So I just swirl using the case knife. A small spatula, anything like that would work really. Or, like I said, you don't have to swirl it to get that chocolate vanilla look. But then once you do that, like I said, just grate your chocolate. And I have that, you can hardly see it on the screen there. But it's a small grater that catches everything in the bottom. And so I didn't even use an entire chocolate bar because you literally just want to sprinkle it on. And so I had one of those little miniatures and used about half of it. When you grate it, it really gives you a lot. So don't waste your chocolate. And then, of course, as you can tell by the ingredients, you're going to want to refrigerate this. And I would give it at least an hour before I ate it, just to let it kind of meld together and soften up the shortbread crust. And that makes it just really delicious. And then if you guys have any favorite recipes or some that you might have found in a church cookbook and you ended up liking, drop those down below as well. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a great week, and I will see you back here later. Bye-bye.